Hi everyone, my name is Bruce Swartz. Thanks so much for stopping by. Check out the channel to connect, to comment, to share, the contributions, the support, and connecting. Surface clouds on the moon. You know, it's said that storms do not exist on the moon because they say that there's no atmosphere and that there's absolutely no weather on the surface of the moon. All right, well, I think, science is backwards, right? Science was developed. We knew what was out there before we even went to the moon. So this science and the mathematics and all this was, documented, and it's the books that we've been reading for the past few hundreds of years. But does it mean that it's right? Or are we not allowed to look ourselves? Because now, when we find this, a moving cloud over a surface cloudy cover or haze on the surface of the moon, this is very real, with a 14-inch telescope, what are we to think? And how can someone like me have any, information on this clouds on the moon? There is none, because it's said that it does not exist. So when somebody shows something like this, they have no credibility. And that's the way the system is made, so that no one is able to prove this. Well, I'm still going to continue to try to prove this. And what I'm showing you is that there are cloud formations. What started out to be UFOs, I realized that there were one of three things. There are UFOs, it could be biological creatures, but now there could be storms. If there is an atmosphere on the moon, and we know by what John Lear, the retired CIA agent, what he told the world many years ago, and is still doing so on social media and Facebook, look him up. He told us the moon has a higher elevated atmosphere than what was said. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to throw words in his mouth, it's around the 70 area, 65, 70% of atmosphere. So, okay, there would be a bit less gravity than here on Earth, okay? Those little differences. But would it stop vegetation from being able to be formed on the moon? Absolutely not. So long me. These objects, I'm going to go look at a couple of the objects. Whatever it looks like, cloud formation. Underneath this cloud formation, we're seeing objects flying under the clouds and inside of the clouds. These objects, okay? And it looks like these objects are over a colorful surface. And that colorful surface holds blinking lights that are symmetrically placed along ledges and ridges. Let's go see some of the light formations right now. There's nothing anyone can say about these lights, nor can any of you say that you can't see what I'm showing you. You're seeing three lights appear over a colorful surface that has clouds going over it. Case closed. Okay? This is the surface of the moon. This is footage I got with my CGXL 1400 HD telescope. It's real footage, and no matter what any big association is going to say about this, they have some definite explaining to do, because these are lights that I caught appearing on the surface in only one area. There are many more areas. It's hard for me to show it all, but I will, piece by piece. The proof is there. This is all part of the conclusive evidence that I've gathered up in a period of almost 2 years now to show that someone is up there on the moon. The proof is here. Look at that. Colorful surface, absolutely exquisite, under a cloud cover, like in a dream, with a triangular formation of objects that light up on the surface amongst the other ones that I showed throughout the past months. It's all there. The proof is all there. Here is a cloud-like object, big enough, it would be 2 to 3 miles wide, doing a directional change right here. It was going up northwards and now going west. There it is, a directional change. So I'm also showing that some of these objects, excluding these from being satellites in any and every way, because satellites do not do directional changes. Now this video gets pretty intense when you think of it. I've showed it before, maybe not this clearly, because now it's getting crazy. The clouds move over a colorful surface and these three objects appear. We're looking at cloud cover. We're looking at objects underneath some kind of a smoke. Here's a light, symmetrical object that appears on the surface. It appears just this blinking light. Now look to the left. We're seeing it dark instead of having lit objects so that I can show it better. Let's go see another directional change of several groups of objects. This object, whatever it is spraying. You can clearly see it. There's a trail behind it. Look at the other objects that are crossing. There's that object spraying. Okay, it's spraying. But look at the other objects crossing paths on the bottom. They're going west, these objects, as the other one's going upwards. Small little lights that are appearing here and there and moving everywhere. Infested, okay? And we're really close. So we got this blurry image of a very close shot, which we are right beside Plato Crater. Clavius Crater. This is the bright light that we see here, Clavius Crater in the Southern Highlands. All this movement. The Southern Highlands is active, has an active sky highway. For those just arriving who've never seen it, this is Copernicus Crater. Right now, look at those little lights coming out of the black holes. They're too small for anyone to notice. There are thousands of them. But now here's the thing. Look at this large one, large light that comes out there. All proof. Oh, and those 3 lights on the surface are not the only ones I found, guys. They're all over the place. Here's another object over the surface, and look at the lights lighting up underneath this object. It's only a matter of time till the world knows it, because this can't be hidden anymore. It's out there. I'm showing the proof. The beauty. It's a beautiful finding. I think everyone in the world should profit from this. But only a few are going to believe this, sadly. Some people say that I haven't proved anything. Bruce, you haven't proved anything. No, maybe I haven't, but I've showed it all. So it's all proof. I'm laughing so hard looking at this. I'm amazed at what's up there on the surface, and I'm saying to myself, how can it be that the information, the truth was hidden so much truth was hidden from us that we don't even believe ourselves, amongst ourselves as all friends and, trying to get along and trying to seek truth on the surface of the moon and to see what's really up there. And, some of us can just laugh at this when it's mind-bogglingly concerning. Here's a very interesting one. The most mind-bogglingly exceptional finding. I'm going to use mind-bogglingly as a word. Is it a word? This UFO. That's all I can say. Look at it. Look what we're looking at. What are the colors and gases that are coming from it? Movement. I mean, there's a lot right now that we're looking at on the surface. It's not alone. Either it has a shadow. It could be its shadow to the right. Look at that. A real colorful gas or haze or light that we're seeing around this object. It looks like several objects in this black object, clouded sort of shaped, formed something, right? It's basically impossible to know what this is because it's never been seen before. But we see that yellowish glow that appears underneath it in its path, as it's crossing. Pretty exceptional. And we're looking at it on the surface, and it's not that small. It's a couple of miles wide, big enough for us to see it. Here's closer up. Wow, eh? For me, that's just exceptional, because imagine if this could even be a biological creature. Whoa. Just thinking of it. And we're basing our facts on these videos. We're not just, making things up. I mean, look what we're looking at. There's that yellowish glow, showing it again, coming from this object. It literally looks like a jellyfish flying around and swimming around in the bottom of the ocean. And again, that other object that is beside it does not have the same shadow, but seems to be doing the same thing, but a bit smaller. So again, are these cloud formations real? Are they clouds? Are they storms? Who knows? It's all about size, understanding what size of the objects that we are looking at are. Now get this, I'm going to show you a company or something, some type of object, maybe a building or something. We can't see its shape, but we can see the activity in an area under Copernicus Crater. Very close, pressed up to Copernicus Crater. And we're going to see that in a couple of seconds after this beautiful cloud formation moves over, or cloudy object. Again, could be the wavelengths stumping our eyes. Either way, that has never been mentioned. An absolute beautiful proof. And look at all the blinking lights. Look what's going on in this footage. The blinking lights all around it. Now let's go into an extremely slow close-up live view. Copernicus is on the top left. You can see the clouds rolling over the edge there. And look at this object, a lit object on the surface, oscillating, moving in the darkness, never before seen or mentioned. So these things are small, right? They're small to our eyes, they're small to our cameras, and that's why they're being excluded. Look at all this piping around a surface that looks like it's filled with atmosphere. Proof is really there. You know, when you think of it, it's all really there. Bianchini crater, the massive 40-mile bridge or structure, straight structure that's there, very real. And what I found out is that these small, we're zoomed in guys here, this is impossible to see with the naked eye. These structures or pipings or constructed, what I believe are constructed objects, are over top of the objects that are appearing in my footage. And when you zoom in pressed up really close, these objects are showing us what looks like a haze on the surface, but in reality it looks like cities or some kind of a setup. So thanks for watching, guys. This is the sun, by the way, with a couple of objects I've caught going by it. Let's zoom up real close to see the object actually spiraling alongside of the sun, slowed down. A moment in time, caught and slowed down, which for me is just absolutely exquisite. A camera, you can capture a moment with a camera, and that for me, I know people say, oh yeah, big deal, you can capture a moment. Yeah, birthday parties and stuff. I'm not talking about birthday parties. I'm talking about a moment of proof in time that people, of objects and events that happen that people don't believe in. I'm capturing them. I'm trying to anyways to share that with the world. And for those who appreciate it, thanks so much. You have UFO videos you'd like to send in to my channel, send them to Bruce Swartz 75 a commercial gmail.com with a short description, and don't forget to leave a name.